You know, sometimes a family heirloom is more than just an object. It's a mystery, right? A connection to a past you never even knew you had, just waiting to be unlocked. Well, this is a story about a drum that traveled across continents and through generations, and how one simple question online revealed its true identity as the rhythmic soul of an entire nation.
So, it all kicked off with this post on Reddit. A user named Athlan had this drum from their grandfather, a really beautiful, hand-carved instrument. And they had a hunch it was from Africa, but they just couldn't be sure. So, naturally, the community jumped in to help solve the puzzle.
And of course, the guesses just started pouring in. Was it a mrehangam from India? A tabla, maybe? Or even a talking drum? For a little while there, the user was pretty convinced it was a mrehangam from Sri Lanka. But then, boom, a breakthrough. Another user, Hamro_Babu, chimed in with the definitive answer. It wasn't from Africa or India. It was, without a doubt, a Madal from Nepal. And just like that, one family's mystery heirloom blew the door wide open to the story of a country's national instrument.
So what is a mandula exactly? And why is it so important? Well, this thing is so much more than just a drum. It's considered the very heartbeat of Nepali folk music.
Officially, the mandal is the national folk instrument of Nepal. I mean, if you've ever listened to traditional Nepali music, chances are you've absolutely heard the mandal. It provides that essential rhythm, that driving pulse that holds everything together, from big festival dances to quiet folk songs. It's really the anchor of the whole sound.
So take a look at it. It's this double-headed hand drum, and you usually play it horizontally, right across your lap. You can see its really distinctive shape, that cylindrical body that kind of bulges out in the middle, with a drumhead on each end. And that design? It's not just for looks. It is absolutely key to its unique sound.
Okay, so let's break down what we're looking at here. The body is usually carved from something called tune wood, but what's really cool are the two heads. The bigger one, the Daga, gives you this deep, resonant bass sound, and the smaller one, the Tan, creates a sharp, high-pitched treble. By playing both heads at the same time with their hands, musicians can create these unbelievably complex and dynamic rhythms.
And you know, this instrument has a history that's just as rich and deep as its sound. To really get the Madal, we have to go way back, centuries back, to the echoes of its ancestors that were literally carved in stone.
Yeah, the Madal didn't just pop up out of thin air. It's part of this long, amazing family tree of South Asian percussion. Ancient texts and sculptures show us how it evolved from drums like the mridanga, the mardal, and the maraj. In fact, some people argue that the word Madal is just the modern version of the ancient word mardal.
This timeline really shows you its incredible journey. We see its ancestors being played in the royal courts of the Malla dynasty as early as the 6th century. Then, between the 8th and 12th centuries, it gets really popularized by the Magar community, and by the early 20th century, its role is totally cemented as a powerful symbol of Nepali identity.
And this is what makes that connection to the past so incredibly clear. It's just amazing. On the left, you've got this wooden temple carving of a musician playing a mandal. On the right, a modern mandal. Look at the posture, the shape of the instrument, the way it's played. It's almost exactly the same. It's like looking at a photo of a great-great-great-great-grandparent and seeing your own face staring back.
And check this out. Here's another piece of the puzzle, this time from the Changanarayan temple. It's a stone carving showing a whole group of musicians, and smack in the middle, there's a figure playing a mardal. This tells us that from its earliest days, this drum was a community thing, a tool for bringing people together to perform and celebrate.
So how does a simple log of wood get turned into an instrument with so much cultural weight? Well, the whole process is this beautiful example of traditional craftsmanship.
First things first, it all starts with a log of wood, which is painstakingly hollowed out by hand. Then, animal skins, usually goat or buffalo, are stretched super taut over both ends. A long leather strap is then woven between the two heads, which is how the musician can adjust the tension to tune the pitch. But there's one final, absolutely crucial step.
The final touch is this black paste that goes right in the center of the drum heads. It's called Khari, and it's a mixture of iron filings, flour, and a few other things. And this stuff, this isn't just for looks. Not at all. As the quote explains, this paste is basically a work of acoustic genius. It adds weight, sure, but it controls the vibration in a way that boosts the drum's resonance and gives it that clear, sharp tone it's famous for.
Now, even though its roots go way, way back, the mandala is anything but a relic. Its journey is still going on today, as its sound travels from remote villages in Nepal to global stages and recording studios all over the world. So the Madal really got its start with the Magar community, but its sound was just so universal that it spread, it crossed all ethnic lines in Nepal and then just kept going way beyond its borders. Today, it's a beloved instrument in world music, in fusion genres, and even in meditation practices.
And you can totally see that evolution in the different types of mandolins you can find today. You've got the traditional, hand-carved ones, which people love for their authentic, warm tone. Then there are the modern, factory-made models that are way more durable and affordable for beginners. And get this, for the touring musician, there are even hybrid electric versions with built-in pickups, so you can easily plug in and play on stage.
But if you had to pinpoint one single moment that really shot the mandala into the mainstream outside of Nepal, it's gotta be this year, 1971.
There was this incredible Nepali musician, Ranjit Gazmer, and he was working in Bollywood, India's massive film industry. He brought the Madal into the soundtrack for this huge hit film, Hare Rama Hare Krishna. And all of a sudden, its infectious rhythm was being heard in movie theaters all across India and around the world. It exposed the instrument to millions of new listeners and sparked this whole new wave of interest.
So, we started this journey with one person's mystery drum and somehow found our way to Bollywood. But the Madal's real story, its true importance, is back home, where it's so much more than just a musical instrument.
When you really look at it, the legacy of the mandal is woven right into the fabric of Nepali life. It is the literal heartbeat of folk music and dance. It's a cornerstone of community, bringing people together at festivals, weddings, and family gatherings. Its rhythms carry stories, preserving culture from one generation to the next. And in the end, it stands as one of the most powerful and enduring symbols of what it means to be Nepali.
So, if every instrument really does have a voice, what story do you think the Madal is telling? Maybe it's a story of resilience, of a sound that's echoed all the way from ancient temples to modern recording studios. Or maybe it's a story of community, a rhythm that calls people to dance, to celebrate, and to remember exactly who they are together.